Well, good morning. Today is Friday. This is day 3 of our March Madness makeover, and I'm still battling this head cold. But I do just want to say that when I woke up this morning, I had oil pulling on my brain. I guess because I went to sleep thinking about finding vegan soaps for my skin just as I go through this detox process. And I was also looking up different type of fluoride-free toothpaste and mouthwash. I was already using the Honest, but Honest is kind of expensive. And then when I went to the Whole Foods, they ran out of the mouthwash, and I'm like, you know what, I don't have time for these companies making these products, and then next thing you know, it's discontinued, especially when it's a product that you like. But then I remembered that a long time ago, I did oil pulling with the coconut oil, and I really liked the way that it made my mouth feel. It, as you know, coconut oil and coconut itself has anti-inflammatories, antibacterial, anti-infective properties. So I have been using this coconut oil on my skin, and I love the way that it's making my skin feel, the way that it's making it look. You know, my skin is moisturized because I really wanted to get off the over-the-counter lotions and creams and those type of things. So I'm really enjoying that, and I've been using it in my hair, which I had done that before as well. So I'm back to using my coconut oil, and I found one called Nutivia, something like that. Nutiva coconut oil is organic, 100% organic, extra virgin coconut oil, and it's great. And I love the way it does my hair. I was on the Barlean's coconut oil, organic extra virgin coconut oil before. I didn't like it. It dried my hair out. That's really why I stopped using it before. And I was like, well, I'm going to just combine it with a little bit of olive oil and see how that does. But this particular brand of coconut oil that I found in the cooking aisle at Target is phenomenal. I love it. I hope it doesn't get discontinued because it really does my skin well. So this morning I decided to oil pull with the coconut oil, and right now my mouth is moist, and it is helping clear up even some of this head cold, all this phlegm and mucus and stuff that I have. Is actually pretty clear, and it is helping it drain. So I'm glad that came back into my memory for me to do. Another thing I was thinking about is how, you know, I heard Dr. Ali Muhammad say that 90% of the problems that we have in the world are because of a certain group of people. And if those people weren't here, we wouldn't have 90% of the problems we have. So I thought about that in terms of my personal life, that sometimes we try to like blame outside or external forces for us not being able to be our best selves or do what we need to do for ourselves. And I'm guilty of that, because sometimes I'll point the finger and say, oh, it's because of this person that I have trouble sticking to my program, or I have trouble doing this. No, it's really me, because at the end of the day, it's beautiful to have the support of others. And I'm just thinking about this in terms of me getting ready to do that water fast this year, that it is beautiful to have the support of other people, but you don't need the support in order to still do whatever you set forth to accomplish. You don't. So what I need to do is not give so much power to external forces saying that, or thinking that I need these external forces in order for me to succeed in whatever I decide I want to do, whatever plan I set forth for my life, because that's not true. And what I really need to do is transition myself and position myself in a way that my constitution and my conviction is so strong for whatever it is that I truly believe in and I want to accomplish, that it really inspires other people to want to do the same. So that's where I need to go with it, and that's where I am. So that's why I need to make this video log about that particular thing where I am concerned, and just taking ownership and responsibility for my life completely, and not always pointing the finger outward, blaming this or blaming that, but just really standing in my own truth for what I know I need to do for me. I think I ended one of the logs last night saying that, you know, not everybody's going to be supportive of what you're doing, and they're not. And I should have this lesson down packed, because I've done several things. I've been a part of Toastmasters motivational speaking. You know, I've collaborated with a book, and we finished the book. You know, I've done skydiving. So I've done different things where I did not have the support of people who love and know me. But, you know, sometimes it goes that way. But that doesn't mean you're supposed to let any monkey stop your show either. You're supposed to still do whatever it is that you want to do. And if it ends in your own demise, then so be it. It's just what you want to do, and you lived your life to the fullest. So I do want to close this morning log with just saying that I just really feel this morning that I am getting my life. I do feel that. I feel that I'm on my path. I do kind of feel that accomplishment coming. I do feel the success of my plan that I'm putting forth for myself. I do believe that I will be successful in this fasting process. I just see my body changing, and I see my mentation changing. And I do, despite the head cold, which is probably just almost like a healing crisis too, because when you start detoxifying, the mucus starts circulating, the toxins start circulating, and you just got to remove them from your body so that you don't feel so under the weather until you get past that process. But I just really feel that I sense that this is definitely my year, that I am stronger in my constitution, because there's so much that I learned. There's so many lessons that I thought I learned that I had to keep repeating over and over and over and over and over. But now I'm starting to really see. And once you learn the lesson, you really don't repeat it. Once the lesson is truly learned, you don't repeat it. Why? What reason would you have to repeat it once you learned it? It's almost like acing a test. Once you get an A+, do you really need to take that test over again? No, because hopefully you have learned what you're supposed to learn, by mastering that part of yourself. And that is the Islam. I am the master of self. So that's what I'm working on, mastering myself. And in that, what I mean is really knowing myself, knowing my triggers, knowing my weaknesses, knowing why those things are my triggers and my weaknesses, and overcoming them. And hopefully, bringing others with me to help them free themselves from this crazy, crazy world. But yeah, so I'm on my path. And I also think that not only is my mentation there and my spiritual evolvement there, but it's also things that are helping, like just being off the meat, being off the processed foods, getting these concentrated nutrients and vitamins and minerals in through juicing, which is live foods, live plants, live vegetables, getting the energy from the sun in through that, and taking the superfood herbs, doing that, drinking the raw honey, the apple cider vinegar, the alkaline water, just doing all these things and being around positive people. I'm working with some people, some girls who I worked with before, who I just love working with. They're a great group of girls, positive energy. We really feed off each other. We encourage each other, and it's good, and I love it. And they natural girls too. So I just really, really love the environment that I'm in. That makes a difference too. And I look forward to going to work now, which is good. My stress is to a minimum. And, I have so much support at work for just on the path and journey that I'm on. And I'm just very thankful and very blessed that I'm moving in that direction. And I'm just thinking about the low point that I was at before arriving to this point. And I really was at a point where I was having an emotional breakdown. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I was having a very difficult time. I wasn't sure if I was just going through a midlife crisis or what the deal was, because that could have been partially it too, because I was embarking on my 45th birthday and my hormones are all over the place. I'm still grieving the loss of my mother. I'm away from my family. So I was missing my niece and my nephew, as they're getting older and, developing, and just missing out on those type of things. So I was just really going through a tough time. I was drinking a lot. I mean, a lot. I was eating crap that I knew was not good for me, and I didn't care. And going to sleep with this food on my stomach. I was just in a low vibration, a low frequency of life. And I've been trying to fight my way out of this for 3 years now. This is my 3rd year of really trying to, because my mom has been deceased for 3 years now. So yeah, I've been fighting for these 3 years just to pull myself out. And I'm just so thankful right now. I'm not going to cry on this log, but I'm very, very thankful that I can finally start seeing my way through. Finally, I see my way through. I see myself evolving, because I'm telling you, I was really at a low low point. And a lot of people don't know that low point, you know, because I just felt that it was something I had to work through on my own. So here I am, and I'm working through it, and I'm thankful. Hotel.